everyone, it's Mimmi again from C-Mimmi-O and welcome to the channel. Today's topic is about external communication and how to build a strategy for external communication in B2B tech. Let's start with the basics. Whether you plan it or not, you're always communicating, whether it's through words, visuals, your body language, just being silent, what you are publishing, through what you choose not to say. In business, that communication becomes even more important, because for B2B tech companies, communication isn't only about visibility. It's about creating trust, credibility, thought leadership, market position, and, well, ultimately in the end, business growth. But a lot of the times companies treat this external communication as just something reactive, ad hoc, peaks. It's about product launches, so someone needs to write a press release for it. An event is upcoming, so let's post about it on LinkedIn. A competitor seems to be getting a lot of attention, so now we quickly need to create a campaign. But if you want to have strong communication, it can't be random. You need to plan for it. You need to start with a strategic foundation and go from there to implementation, channels, tools, measurement, and then the common pitfalls that you need to look out for. External communication matters in B2B tech. It's not consumer marketing. It's nothing like it, because you're always dealing with these long sales cycles. There are multiple decision makers. There are technical products. The value propositions are complex. These are, for your customers, these are high-risk purchases. So the audience needs this emotional trust and rational proof. It means that your external communication strategy has to do several things at once. It needs to build awareness, explain these complex ideas clearly, support sales, build this credibility with analysis, media, partners, and investors, show thought leadership, just make your company feel trustworthy. And it's a lot to ask from random content. That's why you need the structured approach. A good strategy answers 4 core questions. Who are we communicating with? Not to or for, with. What do we want them to understand? Why should they care? And how do we reach each of them effectively? Let's start with the strategic foundation. You need to start with business alignment with the strategy. Your company's communication should always support the company mission, vision, positioning, and growth goals. If your company wants to be seen as an innovation leader, your communication should reflect that. If your company is more focused on trust, reliability, enterprise readiness, then your communication then should reinforce that. But if your goal is market expansion, your messaging and channels then again should support that expansion. The foundation includes your brand positioning, your value proposition, your key differentiators, your company values, your long-term business goals, and your market context. You may also need to map your stakeholders. And those in B2B may include, for example, customers, prospects, industry analysts, journalists, influencers, partners, vendors, investors, regulators, and indirectly even competitors. Each of these stakeholder groups need different information from you. A prospect may need proof of business value. A journalist may need a timely story. An analyst may need market context and differentiation. An investor may need growth signals. A partner may need some confidence in your ecosystem strategy. And the same message really works for all of them. And that leads us to the next big thing, so audience segmentation and personas. When you have these stakeholder groups, you need to go deeper into audience segmentation. B2B technology purchases, they usually involve multiple decision makers. So you may need to communicate with the C-level executives, IT leaders, end users, procurement teams, security experts, finance teams, and each of them care about very different things. These executives, they are looking for strategic impact, ROI, growth, risk, and competitive advantage. The IT leaders want to understand implementation, security, architecture, integration, and reliability. The end users, they care about usability, productivity, and whether that solution actually makes their work easier. The procurement team is focusing on cost, vendor management, risk, and contract terms. So your communication strategy should not rely on one generic message. You need core message architecture that can be adapted by audience. The core remains consistent. It's just the emphasis that is changing depending on who you're speaking to. That is how you stay both consistent and relevant. So now you can start building your message architecture. That'll be the backbone for your external communication. It'll help everyone in the company to communicate consistently. Your message architecture should include the following: your primary value proposition, your key benefits, your differentiators, your technical capabilities, your proof points, your customer success stories. All that will give your teams a shared language. The marketing, sales, PR, leadership, product teams should not all describe the company in completely different ways. That only creates confusion. The goal is consistency without sounding robotic. For example, a press release may use a bit more a formal tone. A LinkedIn post can be more conversational. A webinar can go deeper and be more educational. A sales deck can be more benefit focused. But the core message should still feel connected. Once all that is in place, it's time to start turning the strategy into an actual communications plan. Because strategy without the execution, it's just a document. You need to make a plan that turns this thinking into action. A practical implementation can happen in 3 phases. Phase 1 is strategic planning, which usually includes a situational analysis, competitor review, brand perception audit, current communications review, SWOT analysis, and market positioning. Basically, it just means that you need to know where you are before you're deciding where to go. And the phase 2 is content and channel strategy. This includes a content calendar, product launch communications, thought leadership topics, customer stories, event participation, and crisis communication planning. Then you also decide your channel mix. Your own channels like a website, blog, email, and social media. Earned channels like media coverage, analyst mentions, and speaking opportunities. And paid channels like sponsored content, ads, and promoted posts. Then you go to the phase 3, which is execution. This includes team responsibilities, approval workflows, governance, content production, publishing, media outreach, social media activity, and reporting. The more clear your plan is, the more easy it is to execute, and consistently. How to choose the best channels for you? Most common mistake is just to go for based on some trends that you see instead of actual audience behavior. The best channel is not always the newest one or the one that everyone is hyping about. You need to be where your audience pays attention to your message. For B2B companies, these high impact channels often include thought leadership content, LinkedIn, industry publications, webinars, podcasts, analyst relations, media relations, email newsletters, and company blogs. LinkedIn is usually important because it is already where many B2B professionals discover the ideas, companies, people, and industry discussions. Industry publications then help build the credibility for you. Analyst relations can help matter, especially in enterprise tech categories. And webinars and podcasts help explain your complex ideas. The email helps nurture relationships over time, and your website remains this kind of central source of truth. So the key is not to be everywhere, the key is to be intentional. Different communication goals really require different channel strategies. For a product launch, your primary channel might be a press release to relevant tech media. Supporting channels could include LinkedIn posts, customer newsletters, partner communications, blog content, and sales enablement materials. If you're talking about thought leadership, the primary channel might be industry publications, and LinkedIn articles, webinars, podcasts, and conference speaking. For customer success stories, your website and sales materials may be the most important channels. You can amplify through social media, partner channels, and newsletters. When talking about crisis communication, the priority shifts completely. You need direct stakeholder communication first. Then public statements, media responses, social updates where appropriate. That is why message channel alignment really matters here. You can't treat each message the same way. Important messages need the right format, the right channel, and the right timing. What kind of tools to choose to improve your communication? You cannot replace strategy with tools. Tool is still just a tool. If the audience message and purpose are unclear, there's no platform that will fix it for you. But the right tools can help you. If you're looking for social media scheduling and monitoring, there are tools like Hootsuite and Buffer that can support the planning. For media monitoring and sentiment tracking, tools like Meltwater and Mention may be really useful. For media outreach, Session and Muckrack can help manage journalist relationships. For marketing, automation and lead tracking, HubSpot and Marketo can connect communications activity to business outcomes. For content planning, tools like CoSchedule and Contently can really help. visuals, there's Canva and Adobe tools that support content creation. For analytics, Google Analytics, LinkedIn Analytics, CRM data, customer dashboards, they all help measure performance. But again, you need to still start with the strategy and then choose the tools that support the work. External communications can be really tricky to measure. You cannot always trust every platform's reach numbers completely, but you can track trends. The trends are actually telling you whether you're moving to the right direction. Useful KPIs include stuff like brand awareness metrics, lead generation impact, and thought leadership indicators. For brand awareness, you are looking at share of voice, brand mentions, sentiment, website traffic, and social engagement. For lead generation, you should track MQLs and SQLs influenced by communications activities, conversion rates, CAC attribution, and revenue influence. For thought leadership, look at speaking invitations, media interview requests, analyst inquiries, award nominations, and industry recognition. Then create a review rhythm. Have monthly reviews for channel and content performance, quarterly reviews for strategy, message effectiveness, and channel mix, annual reviews for overall positioning, resource allocation, and competitive differentiation. The goal is continuous improvement. Your strategy should be stable enough to create consistency, but flexible enough to adapt. Best practices and common pitfalls. Let's start with best practices. First, consistency is key. Your messaging should feel connected across channels, even when the format changes. Second is about making data-driven decisions. Use the analytics to guide where you invest time and resources. Thirdly, build relationships. Media, analysts, partners, influencers, and customers are not just a distribution channel. They are relationships. And then fourth, stay authentic. Do not overclaim. Do not pretend to be something you really are not. And fifth, still stay agile. Markets change, competitors move, and opportunities appear quickly. So you need to have a plan, but still need to be able to react to. Now, the common pitfalls. Always avoid generic messaging. Different audiences need different levels of detail and different angles. Avoid overpromising. If the product cannot deliver, communication will only create bigger problems. Do not ignore feedback. External sentiment is valuable information. Avoid inconsistent branding. Mixed messages create confusion. And finally, do not neglect internal alignment. External communication will fail if marketing, sales, product, leadership, and customer-facing teams are not aligned. A successful external communication strategy in B2B tech is about communicating clearly, consistently, and credibly. That starts with strategy. Who are you? Who are you trying to reach? What do you want them to understand? Why should they believe you? Where will they actually hear you? Then it becomes a plan. Content, channels, tools, governance, execution, measurement, and continuous improvement. Well, communicating companies build more than just visibility. It's about creating more trust, authority, market presence, stronger relationships with the people who matter most for their growth. I wrote a blog post about it. The link is in the description. That's all for me now. Bye.